You know what? We can go straight into it now.
100%. Okay.
Power rankings are up. So this is power rankings.
Can you set the tone?
Yeah.
Because I'm scared.
Well, we're all going to go through 20 to 1 on our own, then we'll just discuss it. I think it's the easy way to go about it. So it's basically a little bit form-based, bit ladder-based, but how we sort of see them ranking up against each other to go and win a title. So
just don't peek at mine.
From 20th, I've got Sheffield United, then Burnley.
Shock.
And in 18th, unfortunately, Nottingham Forest, which I hate to say, but I put them there. 17th, Luton. I think I fixed up a little bit, but still a long way off. Palace and Brentford, who have just halted, it feels like, in recent weeks. Then West Ham in 14th. I think they've fallen off a cliff in terms of performances. To get 5-0 is pretty embarrassing. 13th, Wolves. They've sort of halted a little bit, but they've done well without Pedro Neto, so I'm giving them that. 12th is the high-flying Everton. I think they're playing some great football. Equally, number 11th is Bournemouth. I think I see more productivity out of that side. 10th, Brighton, who have been mid. Same as Chelsea in 9th.
Brighton have been so mid.
Same as United in 8th. So 10, 9, 8 are just mid clubs that should be higher. 7th is Fulham. They've turned it around. Back-to-back 5-0, 10-0 aggregate last 2 games. Very good. Paulinho, Pereira, and all those guys are putting together great performances. 6th is Newcastle. They're probably very high to be there, but I've seen enough. They beat United 1-0. They've played some solid Champions League stuff. 5th, Tottenham. Tough few weeks, but last night we saw that they did it at their best there. That's someone who's dying by their own sword and continues to play attacking.
100%.
Fair play to that. Villa 4th. They could be higher, but the established crew at the top. I've got City 3rd. Struggled to get over Luton. Beaten up by Villa. Outplayed by Villa. 2nd, Liverpool. Bit of favouritism there. I just sort of have to, and I like what they're doing. And then 1's Arsenal. That's my power rankings. Match week 16.
You want me to go?
Oh, you can go.
So 20th, Sheffield United, followed by Burnley, then Forest.
Yep, so same.
So same? Yeah, okay, same.
Then Luton.
Same.
Then Palace.
Same.
Then Wolves.
No, different.
I got Brentford.
Then Brentford.
Yeah, similar sports.
Then Chelsea.
Whoa. Okay.
Then Bournemouth.
Yep.
Then Everton.
Yep.
Then West Ham.
West Ham fan, yeah.
West Ham is still like 10th or 11th.
Are you going to be able to put like a graphic up of this? Are you there yet?
I can try. It's gonna take
that'll help.
Followed by Brighton.
Yep.
Then Fulham.
Where Fulham? Was that 8? Or was that 7?
You didn't put numbers. You're so
Bum.
We've got to count.
8.
8. Okay, 8 for Fulham. So I have 7th. Yep.
Spurs 7th.
Yep. Wait, where?
Spurs 7th.
Okay, go.
Newcastle 6th.
Oh my God, Flynn.
United 5th.
Getting to explode.
Liverpool 4th.
Far out. Wow. The top of the league team.
Villa 3rd.
Yeah, right. Okay.
City 2nd. Arsenal 1st.
Right.
Okay.
Interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Talk about this in a sec. Okay, so I've gone
for
exact same bottom 4: Sheffield, Burnley, Forest, Luton.
Cool.
The only real surprise there, as we said, is probably not surprise. The only real like different is Forest.
Yeah, we
compared to the ladder.
Low, yeah.
Yeah. Should we quickly talk about Forest while we're there?
Well, yeah. Let's quickly. Steve Cooper keeps his job this week for a 1-1 draw. Might touch on the game. They didn't play too great.
Do you reckon his job's in trouble?
Sadly, it is.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm someone who's somebody who rides by
Yeah.
Steve Cooper, but it just ain't working.
They gave him a lot last year,
Yeah.
like a lot of time, and it's just not really
And
going
he
well.
started the season off well, though.
Well, they beat Aston Villa. Everyone forgets they beat Aston Villa at home. So they've actually had some good performance in them. I just think the midfield doesn't connect with the forwards. Because their forwards, when they get the chances, are pretty clinical. Gibbs White, Alanga, whether it be Wood, Origi, and Taiwangi, one of them. I think they're missing Ty. Whenever he's not playing, it feels hollow. But do you reckon he survives? And quickly before we continue,
Who they got?
I can check it for you.
Nah, he won't.
He doesn't survive
They
till
don't
the
have
year.
they don't have the time.
They really back him. They really back Steve Cooper.
The only reason he
manager.
The fans love
survives
him.
is because they know for a fact he's
Bro,
not
they have
getting relegated.
Spurs Friday
Well,
night
don't know for a fact, but
at home.
they're not in like. I would still say they're not in a relegation battle.
Oh, I reckon they
Spurs,
would be.
okay, so Bournemouth at home is a massive game.
Yeah. Oh, then they got Newcastle and United after that.
I don't think he gets a sack just purely because even up until March, you can get yourself out of a relegation battle just purely based off how bad the
That Bournemouth game is massive.
Massive. That decides.
Because they don't really care about the other ones. Like, so,
They're going to lose those games.
No, but because of how bad the bottom three are, they've got so much more time to play with.
You say that the Luton have taken
about to say,
to
so
all
7-8.
top three teams.
and taken barely any
So we've all got
points.
Luton above where they are, and
Yes,
that's purely because they're cooking at the
they're
moment.
absolutely fire,
yeah, and you have to give them a bit of credit.
Yeah.
16th, Palace,
Yeah,
same.
Yeah.
Brentford, 15.
Yeah, same.
I only have Everton 14, which I know maybe
I don't
sounds
mind it
low.
'cause,
You know that'd be 7 for right now if they didn't have that 10-point deduction.
Seven.
Ninth. Are that high?
Wow.
They're above Chelsea.
Wow,
Definitely.
7th.
Well
Now
above
7th.
They're above West Ham.
13.
they were
No,
ninth.
they would be 10th.
Oh, not yeah, 10th.
So you were delusional, and it's all good.
Cool.
So I had him at 4. No, look, maybe that's a little bit unfair, but so above them, it's obviously a combination. So I got Bournemouth 13th.
Yeah, cool.
Wolves 12th, who I still think are just kind of plodding along.
Well, treading water by Neto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brighton 11,
Yeah,
who are
fair enough. They're
stinking the
rubbish.
gaff. Chelsea still 10th, which is horrible for Chelsea. So nothing crazy there.
Yeah.
I've got West Ham 9th still.
Fair.
You say I fell off a cliff, but I reckon they just beat Spurs. They got 1-1 against Palace, and then
against Palace,
and then before that they beat someone at home. I know
They've lost to Everton. They've won one to
When was
Palace.
Everton?
Everton's good. I don't know.
When was
Losing
it-
to Everton
when was
now
Everton?
isn't a bad
Everton
feat.
was the start of the last month.
that was a while ago. They drew to Palace. Before that, then they beat
Informed
Burnley.
Everton as well.
Then they
They
beat
weren't-
Burnley,
they weren't
and then they beat
informed then.
Forest. I don't know. So I can't find
fair
it. Maybe
enough,
Everton was in there somewhere. But
Yeah, they lost Everton
West
at
Ham 9th. I don't think that's that bad. Where are they on the ladder?
The 10th, are they?
9th as well. Okay, so cool. I think that's honestly where they
Yeah,
fit. Fulham 8.
Yeah, back.
Fulham are cooking, bro. I was so skeptical on Fulham.
We were nervous. We were very
Yeah,
nervous.
I was like, oh no, this is not going well.
yeah.
But something's clicked there. They're looking really good. United 7 because they're mid-as. Newcastle 6. Spurs 5 because
Spurs.
City 4.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Ballsy, I like it. I like it. Mid performance yesterday.
City 4. We know how good they can be, but where they are right now, they've had a bad start to the year.
Yeah.
And City 4, Liverpool 3, Villa 2, Arsenal
Villa
1.
too, I like it.
Which I know is crazy because Villa just beat Arsenal, but I'm an Arsenal fan, so.
I think we'd all give Arsenal number 1 because we've seen.
Look, I think we all see the light with Arsenal. They're going to win the leagues.
We all have clarity in that.
Villa,
I just don't.
So what were some of the shocks in there? Where do we all have Villa? Because that's one of the big
I had
talking
Villa 4,
points.
you had Villa 2,
3.
you had Villa 3. So we all on the same
I just got a
spot.
question, and
Yeah.
this is why I put Tottenham so low.
Where'd you put Spurs?
7th.
Ridiculous.
How you put Spurs below United? How
See,
you put
I
United?
don't get this. I just don't get this. You guys have both put Spurs in the position they are based off the football they've played, not based off the points they're gonna get. And you've seen what's happening with their football. It is you guys are basing too much off points. Mourinho for ages.
It's basically points. Tottenham have lost points in recent weeks.
Yeah,
It's based off what the performance has done.
Yeah, but the performance we've seen, they've got the injuries, so they're obviously not going to finish very high.
Spurs
anymore.
actually having a bad run,
They're not going to finish very high. After the injuries, you've seen it. They're going to drop so far.
Nah,
thing
4-1 against Newcastle is massive,
They
though.
belted Newcastle hard.
That is huge.
Son sat down Trippier 4
Oh
or
my
5
God.
Yeah, in
times.
Bro,
one of the
since-
last 5 games.
Wait, just since we rambled about
He's
about
been
trips,
poo.
he's been
He's played some
shocking,
poo
bro.
ball.
His last 3 games have been
Stinking.
horrible.
I understand what you guys are coming at, but what I'm saying is, you guys are putting Tottenham so high. If Tottenham were on 30 points right now, but they weren't playing this amazing football, you'd go, oh, they're 7th or they're 6th. But you're doing it based on their football, but football doesn't get you points.
This is the power ranking.
Pretty
that's
sure
made-
we just checked this, and let me just get a fact check. Pretty sure we just checked this, and Spurs are on more points than United.
And I played
And
better
after
football.
this, mid football, mid this and
But
that.
you've seen what
the
they're
team,
doing lately.
The team who
It's
has,
power rankings.
Yeah, but what
and
we've
yet
seen,
whatever you're saying makes no sense because Spurs have more points.
I guarantee
and
you on
play better
sports
than
bet
you.
right now, United will be more favourites to win the league than Tottenham are.
ridiculous. No
Yeah,
chance
and
now.
sportsmen don't get every single thing right.
But it's purely based on
No,
the
no,
fact
no.
United
They went to City and drew 3-3. They
what
beat
were you-
Newcastle
what was-
4-1.
What were you saying? What were you
United
saying?
lost to
the
Man
United
City
would,
3-0.
I would be confident that United will be more of a chance to win the Premier League than Tottenham
put
are
it
right
simple,
now.
the last-
But I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, then I'm happy.
This guy's an idiot, bro. Spurs are 41-1. You're 251-1. So
So what? 8 times.
waffler. That just shows
you
you
what
Ball
is
knowledge
Newcastle?
is
No,
ball
all that
knowledge.
shows is
What
how,
is Newcastle then?
all that shows is how they're 200-1. All that shows is how biased you are and how not only do the bookies have access to 1 billion more stats than you and do the stats thing 10 times better, but they also just know that you guys suck and they price Spurs at 5 times better chance to win the league than you.
I don't get that, honestly.
So you're just biased.
How am I biased?
How much more evidence?
I put
do you-
Newcastle above them.
Todd, simplify it for you. Let me simplify it for you. Man United 0, Newcastle 1, Man United 0, Man City 3. Tottenham 3, Man City 3, Tottenham 4, Newcastle 1.
What else do you want to know
they're
though?
continually losing games in the last 5
So
weeks.
it's power rankings. They have more points than you, and they played a
Better
billion
football.
times better than you. And yet
What
you
is
think
better
that
points in the last 5 weeks? I don't care about how
And,
good
and,
you
and,
play.
and out of
my
context,
God.
totally out of context, they've gone through the worst injury crisis like imaginable.
Yo,
and they've had tough fixes. They've had
And they've gone out of
Newcastle,
it and they've like
City.
only dropped 3
Mourinho,
positions.
Conte, Sarri, all won Premier Leagues playing terrible football. No identity, nothing.
Because you're just again you're anti-football. You don't like Liverpool. You don't like Tottenham. Like you hate football?
No, I don't hate football, but football doesn't get you necessarily points. And we've seen that by Tottenham. As soon as they lose the players they
But
need.
clearly, in this case, it gets more points than
Then
what
Man
you
United,
do
yeah.
because
Sitting
they're
back.
on more points than
They're
you.
not. As soon as they've had the problems like
They're
United.
not.
They're not.
No.
They're not. No, wow.
Not in the
Sure
last
they're not.
5 weeks, they're not.
But they are in general.
Okay, can you let's go through what I'm
I
trying to
don't
say
care.
to players
I
whole
don't-
day.
no, can we just stop waffling
Why
about
can we
United? I've had
let's
enough.
disregard United for a second and let's talk about Newcastle then. Okay, yes, they lost to Tottenham, but let's go through the facts. Tottenham, we have seen, and this was our biggest problem on Tottenham the whole year, that as soon as they get these injuries, they're not going to be able to continually pick
They've
up
come
points.
out of it
And then
already.
they
They've
just
already got
spanked-
everyone
Out of
back.
it.
And they just
They've got
spanked-
Basuma, Pap Salah back, Romero back. Their back four is
So they're
basically
not
the
out of
same.
it, but they just spanked Newcastle 4-1. So imagine when they are.
They're going to
out
have
of it.
games,
Wow.
but they're not going to be. A lot of their players aren't back till after January.
Mate,
What are you
the
trying to
starting
say?
11's basically back.
Like-
Other than Madison, everyone's back now.
You keep talking about
and the
form as
centre-back.
well. You keep talking about form. You just got battered at home 3-0 against Bournemouth.
But why are we using United?
That's more to
Don't
my
worry about
point, though.
United.
That's more to my point.
I'm happy for you
So
to
you're
put
missing-
United below.
So you're
below
missing,
Tottenham,
in
but I
my
think
eyes, the most.
Tottenham isn't.
You're missing in my eyes, arguably most 2 important players, but I think they're basically back because they've got their group that is used to playing a solid football. And the first game back that these players have all had together, they went and spanked Newcastle 4-1.
And do you know what a massive thing about having a team identity is? It means that, okay, you might sub in play, you might have injuries,
But you play the same way.
but everyone's playing the exact same way. That's the problem with you guys. Is that, you rely so much on your injuries because you rely on personal brilliance and elite players to allow you to perform. And this just gets me back to Ten Hag,
All right,
Well, not
let's-
really. We had an identity last year, but yeah, continue.
with good players.
Let's go.